Yo, Joe.
Good morning. Good morning.
Wow. Bro, why are you so hard to get a hold of?
I be at the shop, man. What happened?
What are you talking about? I call you, you don't call me back. You say I'm gonna call you back in 5 minutes.
Oh, bro, I be getting pulled every which way. I apologize, bro. What I was supposed to do something with? That was yesterday?
Well, no, it was a couple days ago now.
Oh.
But main thing is we still got to finish it. I never got the blue shirts for Master Networks.
Oh, the proof? I'll get that. I'll get those to you today.
All right, we're supposed to do the small logo in front, blue shirts.
All right. Like a sky, like a Carolina blue or like a royal blue?
Carolina blue. We want to stick out.
All
right. Are you making a to-do list so you write down your tasks?
Mm-hmm. I got it on the board. Man, that was the radio interview was pretty dope, man. I'm thinking that I recorded it, bro, with my phone. No audio, dog. I'm gonna ask her. Yeah, I got you see me talking, but no audio. So I'm like, wow. But it was pretty dope, bro. It was a nice little interview.
All right. I was running around. I didn't get a chance to listen to it.
Yeah.
But we got that's why we're showcasing it today.
Gotcha.
So, man. All right. Myrtle didn't make a copy?
That's what I'm gonna ask her. If I hope she was recording live stream or something.
I don't know if they do. Man. Oh well. We just got another one. We got another one coming up on Friday. I think actually, let's see, what day is that? The 28th. Or I think Alicia is going in and talking about her business. Right. All right, so we can work on something. But that would be cool. All right. Any other announcements?
It was one. I can't think now. It was something I knew I had meant to talk about in this group. I can't think of it. I'll just have to put it in Slack or something if it comes to me.
All right. And Wes is coming in now. Morning, Mr. Moussignac.
Good morning, sirs. Good morning, people.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing?
Doing outstanding.
Great. What I missed?
Joe did the interview at Sugar 95.7. We're showcasing Sugar today, so we'll talk more about that during the meeting.
Okay, yes.
All right. And then
gotta get in there. Gotta get in.
Right. So good good day, Miss Alicia. So we got to see who can get in for talking about the group this week, this Friday. Oh, no, is there this Friday. Maybe somebody can go Thursday and talk about the group, unless she has multiple spots in the same day to do an interview on that. So we got to reach out to Myrtle and see about that. And then
can you repeat what you just said? I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
DC Networking has the interview with 95.7, Suga 95.7, and we don't have anybody set for this week. You're going in on Friday for the business thing, but I don't know if it's the same slot that she has for you, or if DC Networking can come in beforehand, or you have to pick a different day.
Okay.
So we got to touch base with her. But let's see. Since you're going to be talking about that, Wes, can you make it in to talk about DC Network?
On Friday?
Either Thursday or Friday. We'll touch base with Myrtle.
Yeah.
At 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock?
At their studio.
I'm at 1 o'clock.
And it's
you're at 1 o'clock? Okay. So we got, no, but you're on Friday.
Right. Oh, you said
have a business,
on Thursday.
Right. If he can get in on Thursday. But we have to double check with Myrtle if it's going to be Thursday or if it could be later after your interview.
Right.
So either Friday at like 1:30 or 2, because it's a half-hour segment, right? With you, Miss Alicia?
She didn't say. She said from 1 to like 3, I think she said, if I'm not mistaken. I have to touch bases.
So if you got a full set, it would have to be Thursday, if at the earliest. Maybe even Wednesday if possible. But we'll confirm with Myrtle. I know she's on the radio. Her business segment starts at 1 o'clock. So if Wes, if you can either make it Wednesday or Thursday, we can squeeze that in.
Yeah, tomorrow should be fine. Actually,
all right, we'll touch base with her.
Yeah, I'll touch base with her.
Yeah, we're just spitballing. You know, it depends on her schedule or what she already has planned, if she has guests or whatever she's got going on.
Yeah, I'll figure something out.
But that's the first announcement. All right, so figure out something with her.
Here, so I'll be right back.
Sure. All right. So other announcements. We have the Business Expo for Lehigh coming up next Thursday. So anybody else that needs a table, let me know. We'll get you in. We'll get you on the website, which I actually should post the website in the notes. I'll get that updated. All right. And then
do we all want to chip in for one table for DC Network, and then those that want to be individuals will be individuals?
It'd be nice. So it's, however, I know many of us live in Lehigh already.
So let's we'll probably put that in the group chat.
Right. Well, it's next week, so we gotta make a decision. All right.
Next week.
And then the other announcement is spring cleaning for your skin via Zoom. That is that's already posted in the weekly email for DC Network Supports Black Business. And you should be able to see that as far as that schedule of events. Updates. I didn't write the dates here, but check that email and you can see when those are. I believe the 25th is the next one. All right, pulling it up. Yes, the 25th is the next one. So I'm gonna put it there /25. All right, so the login info at 8:30 p.m. 30 p.m. All right. Oops. That's there. All right, copy.
Okay, give me about a minute and I should be done to have that conversation.
No problem. All right, so, the other one, today's tax day. So if you don't have your taxes done, you were wrong. File your extension so you don't get in any trouble if you're not going to get it done in time. As long as you set it in by certified mail, they confirm the post, or excuse me, as long as you send it in and it's postmarked today, they'll count it as you sending in your extension on time. All right, so, or get extension. I know if anybody's using Serene for taxes, obviously she has been busy. She's been out all this month because of that. So get that together. All right, anybody else for announcements? Nothing else going on? All right. Outside there, let's go ahead and move to our introductions. I'll kick it off. Good day, everyone. Mr. Sunshine here, Clifford T. Mitchum of Crew SWFL Solar. The big thing is, if you didn't see your electric bill already, you got that 10% increase. So once you open that, you'll have a lovely surprise there. Protect yourself, protect your friends, protect your family by creating your own power. When you own your power, you get your savings. Send them my way. I'll give them a free assessment, show them what their options are. So now with that in mind, I want all of you to go forth and spread some sunshine. I'll go ahead and pass it over to Mr. Wes. Kingdom Press, you're up.
Sorry about that. All right, this is Wes of the Kingdom Press newspaper. We are, one second, sir. Give me 1 second.
Come on, all this time, you know the flow, you know the system.
So the Kingdom Press is a community-based newspaper that aims to bridge the communication gap and build a solid foundation that would enable our young people to be better in their situations. We are here to basically bring awareness to our community as far as what's affecting us negatively and positively, and we want to bring as much resources as possible so we can actually fend for ourselves and also report striking news of our time. The Kingdom Press. I'll pass it on to Joe.
Joe, you're up.
Good morning, this is Joe Simmons with All Around Promotions. A good referral for us right now will be it's graduation time. So anyone that knows any graduate, whether it be from elementary school all the way through med school, have them to give us a call or stop by. All Around Promotion, your #1 hotspot for all your promotional needs.
All right. Miss Alicia, are you back with us?
Great day. I'm Alicia C. Dickerson, ambitiously leading the way, empowering dreams of debt-free flexibility, and of course, driving free cars. Success is the secret sauce that's taking my team and I to the top. In spite of what yesterday looked like, what's going on today, I am all in booking, selling, coaching, and sharing an amazing opportunity. A great referral for me is you and your face, because you can't refer me if you don't know what I do. So schedule some time so you can know what I do so we can spread some sunshine. I'm stealing.
Hey, that's all right. I give it away freely. All right. Outstanding. So everybody, let's see what we could do to pass some referrals, get some business around. Speaking of which, Miss Alicia, I'm out of beard oil.
I'm bringing it tomorrow. I'll have it tomorrow for you.
All right, so I got to get that. And then we got to sit down and work on my face. Yes, on my face regimen. I went to the flea market and I got cornered by the people over there, and they're telling me how I have dark circles and I got skin. I was like, I got somebody. I'm gonna fix it. I promise.
Leave me alone.
Hey, I didn't. It's me and you. It's me and you. That's right. All right. So with that in mind, let's see what we can do to pass more business, get together, build those relationships with ourselves, amongst our groups, so we can pass that business around. So moving on to our book. Do we call this a book club? Book training?
That's what we said last week.
Book club. All right, we'll call it a book club. We're going over the success principles. We're on principle, 27. I wrote that wrong. All right, copy. Let me put that, paste. All right, we're on success principle 27. Keep your eye on the prize. All right, it's easy to be negative. All right, excuse me. This is when you're following along on the YouTube, 10 hours and 6 minutes on the dot. All right. The key thing about that is it's easy to be negative and take efforts. It's easy to be negative. It takes effort to stay positive. Successful people put in this effort. How they finish their day is key. Reflect on your daily wins. The last 45 minutes of the day are the most powerful. So what they mean by that, focus on what you've done well. We talked about last week, how we tend to have that high emotional impact on the negative events, and we want to flip that script. Make sure you're getting your high emotional impact on your positive successes each day. There's so much more fulfillment and a better focus on your future when you focus on your wins, and then winning becomes a habit. All right. Focus your last 45 minutes on what you took care of the day, what you accomplished. And then furthermore, take that time to plan out your next day. You want to visualize what you're going to be doing and how you're going to be successful with it. You want to go over, show me where I could be more receptive, calmer, better, create my ideal day. Have those images in your head. In this way, your subconscious knows what to look for, what to put in, and what to create. And that way you can attract what you want, and you can actually create what you want to see in that day. Visualization is one of the strongest things that people can do to ensure success and greater growth and development. So before task in your head, showing a successful outcome. And that way you'll maintain that positive mental attitude and successes throughout the day. I know for me, I get the question all the time, Clifford, how do you accomplish so much in one day? How do you stay so positive in one day? How are you always the shining light in the room? How are you on this? And the number one thing I do is I don't focus on anything that's not bringing me towards my goal. And I make sure anytime I'm not doing something that's making me money, I ask myself, what can I be doing right now that makes money? Now, not everybody's money focused, but you can change that. What am I doing right now? Is what I'm doing right now on task? Is what I'm doing right now moving my business forward? You can ask questions similar to that. So what input do we have from the group here?
One thing I would like to add is just so that you balance work life or money-making life with life, make sure that you're spending focus time on family and those things, because we can get caught up in, what am I doing to make money? But especially if you have young kids or a spouse, if you are more focused on the money making, then they see you as always busy. Even though my kids are adults in a way, I don't want them seeing me as I'm busy. My future daughter-in-law texted me one day and said, can you talk? I said, my kids don't text me to ask me, can I talk? They call me. And if I'm available, they know that I'm going to answer. So there's nothing, but everybody wants to say, oh, you're so busy. I am, but I know how to prioritize those things that are important to me. My phone only rings for my kid and my husband. Not even my mom, because she'll call and say, how do you turn on the water hydrant outside that's underneath, whatever. And I'm like, Mom, these little things you can figure out. So we just have to make sure that as we're focusing on the money-making things, we also have to focus on those things that truly make us happy. And for me, that's Barry and my kids.
Exactly. I condensed that down to everything has to be prioritized so you can be present for the things that matter most.
Yep.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you don't know how long your business is going to take to thrive. So you can't just be in the game trying to push and thinking, you're giving all your time to your business, and then you got a family to support. And then at some point, you're going to turn around and you have no family, you have friends. So you got to be mindful and prioritize your family. And I think that Rashad, during our wind down, basically indicated that we need to have that kind of priority.
Right.
That was a good one.
Knowing your C. And reach success.
And doing that exercise that he did, I found that a lot of people who speak in that arena are using that same formula. maybe not exactly, but they're using and prioritizing the things that you want and what are you doing that's going to give you. So if you want business and you want a good family relationship, where are they in the prioritizing of what you're doing? Because if they don't match up, you'll end up no friends, no family, because they were so far down the list of things. Now you're trying to recoup family and friends.
Right. So, yes, meet up with Rashad. So after this wind down, we need to talk about having him back and doing a straight wind down just for that.
I agree.
Right there. All right. So what else do we get from keeping your eye on the prize?
Yeah, there's a lot of shiny objects out here, so we have to be careful. And I know for me, sometimes I get caught up in different things and different things catch my attention, but we have to fight through it and stay focused to the task at hand. And, at the end of the day, one thing could be bringing more opportunities to many different things, but just let that one thing work until we get there.
Right. All right. So we're getting a balance theme here. So keep a balance between the many opportunities or spell opportunity that we see and our time for the important tasks. So I know I'm guilty of that, man. Anytime there's an opportunity, I'm like, all right, let's do it. All right, let's do it. All right, let's do it. And I've done something in business for everybody. So I definitely need to do less to get more. All right. So we have that. So we'll be on to principle 28 after that, which will be cleaning up your messes. That's at 10 hours, 11 minutes, 45 seconds. Excuse me, clean up your messes and incompletes. So we'll catch up on that. Now we're going to be coming up to the end of the success principles. It's an 11-hour audiobook. So we'll be moving on to the next one. So keep in mind a book that we want to go to next to make sure we can get our success. All right. So
let's try to end each point, each principle leading to the next topic, so we can actually better prepare the next one. So like they give us the topic of the next one, so we can say, okay, all right, I'm gonna be ready for that one.
All right. Well, we haven't picked the next one yet, so it's
you're not going in order?
So I have a book in mind.
No, not the next book.
He's saying, what's the next principle? What's principle number 28, so that he can or we can.
Gotcha. Principle 28 was clean up your messes and incompletes. That's at 10 hours, 11 minutes. Yeah, I was already down to the next book, and you're talking about the next principle. Gotcha.
Yeah, the next book.
That's my mind moves. I just keep going forward.
Well, what do we think about the theme? Like, okay, we got the success principle. That brings us insight, keep us in perspective, and awareness of what we're doing and how we should move. What do we think about the next book? Should it be inspirational, motivational? Should it be more informational? Where do we go with that? So because I have an archive, like of thousands of books that we can choose. The book I
had in mind was the 7 successful habits of, or the 7 habits of successful people.
Okay, so we already got a book.
That's what I had in mind, but I don't want to dominate everything. I want to take input from everyone else. I mean, this is just a Clifford group.
I mean, I introduced the Principles of Success by Jack Canfield. I mean, I don't see why we couldn't do this one that you presented. But then again,
we can rotate. Everybody can pick a book.
Yeah. What do you think, Alicia?
I think that's great. So if you pick the book, then you're the leader.
Nah. I don't want to pick the book.
That means you gotta be ready for discussion for however many weeks that is. And I always say that because like Clifford is saying that he don't want to be a Clifford thing. And so if you have something invested in it, then we're going to show up more. And so that on the outside, people looking in don't see it as a Clifford group. They see it as a collaborative group of independent business owners who are working to better each other in all around circles. So that's just my thought. Right. You don't have to lead it if Clifford wants to.
Well, we'll work on that. All right, so we'll push through because I mean I've read many of these books and attended on it, so I take in this stuff and I move with it. So I just encourage everyone to do that.
As entrepreneurs, we're readers because there's always something that's going to give us a good perspective to make sure that we're well balanced in our success habits. I also think that we could do a book that focuses on wealth so that they can see that the successes lead to the wealth. I have one, but I can't think of the name of it right now. It's a small book, but I'll put it in a chat so that you guys can kind of preview it and see if that's something that you want to focus on.
All right, sounds like a plan. All right, so from there, we're gonna move over to our showcase. So the showcase this week or this month is for Suga 95.7 FM. That's brought to us by one of our newest members, Myrtle October, and we've been doing a ad spot there. And if you haven't tuned into it, I highly recommend getting onto. I use the TuneIn app because it doesn't always come in whenever I'm running around town.
All right.
Because the radio station itself is largely focused just in Lehigh, but it's difficult to pick up outside of that. But when you tune in through the app, crystal clear sound, and everywhere you go. So I don't know what app or podcast platforms do we use? I use TuneIn.
I use TuneIn, but I think I need to because the last one I missed Joe's complete because it kept giving me spotty reception.
Right. When you say use in what way?
To listen in.
To listen in.
Oh, okay.
Correct. All right. I got caught up in town in business activity, so I wasn't able to. I was actually intended on being there and sitting in on the interview, but I got caught up. But you can find it on TuneIn app. That's the one I like. And I stream my radio. I had an incident where I had something loaded on top of my car and it slid off and it broke my antenna. So my radio doesn't even really work. I didn't use it that much, but it's still frustrating when you want to use it. So I just stream everything and play it through my radio, through my Bluetooth.
Yeah.
But if you look up Suga 95.7 FM on TuneIn, so you can find it there. Crystal clear audio, comes out great. I really like the spot. So, I mean, the way they present it comes across well. Although the way they said cultural networking, I would have done it a little bit different, but it works.
What do you mean?
Still gets overall point.
The cultural networking, what do you take out of it? What do you mean?
You got to listen to the ad, the way they say it.
Okay.
But yeah, you know what? Do I have a recording? Oh, it's on my phone. All right, I'll text the recording to the group.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna make a note to text the recording of the ad. Text the ad to
be right there.
Group. All right. But I think that it's been a good thing to get us out in the community. Now they're also doing a special where if you can put in for your own business and have an ad in that space as well. And I believe that was only $25, Miss Alicia, you remember? But they're doing a special so that way you can actually get your own spot on there. So we can actually fill it up as an advertising platform for our individual businesses on top of just the group. And they're giving us special rate on that. So that's the main thing. So actually I need to get by and do, I'm pretty sure it's $25
Yes.
for your personal ad. All right. So $25 for that for your personal business ad. So I highly recommend reaching out to Myrtle and getting that out there. I mean, it would be tremendous for the Kingdom Press to be on there as well. And that way you're getting more play and more traffic to the website and building up for your network.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Now, it is a little bit different from a regular radio station. You can't get on there and talk about selling or promotions. It's just a matter of doing support for their organization. They're a 501c3. So there's certain things they can and can't talk about. But they'll walk you through that. But they have a professional ad person that actually reads the ad and goes through it. So it comes out really clean and sharp. And it's a great way to support Myrtle and her business and everything. So we'll do that. And then it's our first really foray into expanding our reach and extending our expanded reach on top of the wind downs. This is our next phase going from there. So we'll see we'll see what the deal would be for next month and push it into that. And we'll focus on getting more growth. Because the other thing about advertising is it's something that's difficult to truly take off in 1 month. A lot of people, they have to hear it multiple times before they really get into it. I know when I had done previous ads on radio, it was a matter of, it was a good 3 months to 6 months before they really, finally people caught on to it and it stuck in their mind and they started going with it. So this is, a long-term benefit for us and a long-term investment. But it's going to take us showcasing it, passing around, telling our friends, hey, check us out on 95.7.
Hey, my bad. I kind of went out. I had lost service, but
Gotcha.
It was a pretty. I want to cut in and say it was like.
Hold on, let me introduce. You just jump in and just run right into it.
My bad, because I see you were still talking about the radio thing. That was pretty. It was fun. For one, I want to say it was fun.
So now, part of our group, on top of getting the ad and that, is they're doing a weekly interview for us. So Joe was there the first week. Excuse me, I was there the first week. Joe was there last week, and Wes is going to be there this week. Alicia is actually going in on Friday for her personal business. So we all need to tune in for those interviews. So
yes,
now,
and let's
go ahead and give us a breakdown of what happened when you were there last time.
Okay, well, before I even get into that, what we need to do, since Miss Alicia doing Friday, we need to try to get with her and Suga and try to get the link so we can promote it prior. You get what I'm saying? Because basically what we was trying to do when I was there, me and her were trying to share it, then she was sending me the links, then the links wasn't working. You know what I'm saying? So like, let's do that because Miss Alicia has a following. We all have followers. So we can kind of channel that to where she's going to get more attention on Friday. So people can, because I knew I would have had more listeners if I had a link to kind of promote it a little bit.
Right.
So,
all right. Now that's here. Let me do this. Get boom.
I'll get with her. That's a good thing, Joe. Get with her prior, because I've been telling my followers, hey, check me out. But if I'm not telling them where and how, they may miss it.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I tried to go live, and then I thought I was recording, but I wasn't getting no audio. So
yeah, we didn't hear your audio.
That was all for nothing. Huh?
I said I didn't hear your audio. I saw your face. It looked like you were having fun.
We was in there just vibing. It was like, it was pretty dope. And she was asking all the right questions. She was on point. She was on point. But I think that's the one main thing that way we can you can have your followers listen, because people want to listen. They want to see what you're talking about.
And if you look like you're having fun, then they want to be a part of the fun, so it makes them want to reach out to you.
Yeah, definitely. Man, it was an awesome interview too. I thought I had it recorded. I was actually proud of myself.
I'm proud of you.
Very.
All right.
Y'all know
I'm working on. So now, if you go to TuneIn on the TuneIn app, if we all download that now, go to TuneIn. look up Sugar 95.7. Sugar 957 is the name. And you can get the link, get the URL, and then copy and paste that.
See, that's what
Go
we
ahead.
was trying to do. She was texting to me,
Right.
but for whatever reason,
Yeah, Joe, your service is falling apart there, bro.
Hey Clifford, is it TuneIn Radio or TuneIn? Because I see two.
TuneIn.
Okay.
just
And it's not. I don't know why it is. I probably need to update my app.
Is it green? Is it green writing?
No, it's blue and like turquoise.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't call that green. It's green is blue, turquoise or aquamarine.
Yeah.
Aqua.
Yep. Got it.
Right. And then when you go into the search function, just do tune in.
Noted that.
And at 1 o'clock, that segment goes. All right. Now you can also go to their website and log in that way. I personally like the TuneIn app because if you're on a website and you're playing it through your phone and then you turn your phone off, a lot of times you're not able to fully stream. I didn't test that on their website. They might be able to work like that, but just for the streaming functionality, TuneIn I feel is easier to use. So it works out well.
I'm gonna search Sugar 90.
Sugar 957.
Oh, Miss Alicia, I don't know if you heard me, but I was saying, like, if you have any questions you want her to ask you, like, jot them down and she was pretty much on point with everything she was asking. But I mean, just if there's something specific you want her to ask you about your business, like make note of it and like give it to her once you get there.
Okay.
Well, she's a professional.
She was pretty good though.
I'm not finding it.
Right.
We'll talk about it tomorrow, not to hold us up, but I see Sugar 95.7.
That's
Sugar
Profit from
SUGA.
Tampa? Is that it?
No, SUGA 957. All one words.
Mm-hmm.
And you should see it's a green, yellow yoga.
Yeah, it's like Jamaican colors.
Circle around the U.
Jamaican colors.
The station for the nation.
Nope, I don't see it.
That's odd. All right, we'll work on that.
Yeah, we'll
like this. Is this how it looks like?
No.
No.
It's
no, that's the truck.
No,
That is it, bro. That's it, bro. That's it. That's the truck. That's the truck. That's the truck in the background.
Yeah, I don't see that. What'd you put in?
Okay. I searched 95.7 and I was able to download it.
all right.
Your screen is blurry, Clifford.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's not working on my tablet. Let me update that.
Yeah, just do 95.7 and it's going to give you the actual radio. So does that mean at that time on the radio, you'll be able to hear the interview as well? Because it's playing music and everything right now.
It's be live.
Yeah. There's music and everything going on.
Right. Yeah, they're playing music right now. But her business segment comes on at 1.
All right, Clifford's gonna help me with it tomorrow because I did the 95. I don't see what you have, Kai.
All right.
So Clifford, give me 5 minutes after meeting tomorrow.
Will do.
Face to face.
There you go.
Yes, I write this as a face-to-face, so now I have another. So yes, Joe and Clifford both use this as face-to-face.
That is 100. There we go. All right, so I'm going to put that into the notes. Yeah, once I updated my app, it
picked you out.
It worked. That did not work as, oh no, there we go. Good. All right. All right, so we got that going on. So from there, we also want to consider what else we want to do for expansion, advertising, promotion of the group, because the more people we bring into the group, the more connection we're going to get in the community. All right, the whole point of doing all this is to get more connection. So that comes down to talking to our friends, talking to our family, getting more members in, and following up with the members that have been in, or the guests that have been in. So that way we can go ahead and build up our core and do more. All right, so anybody have anything else about Suga 95.7? All right,
are you on the schedule for the radio spot?
Wes is next.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to see if they're going to be able to, when she's able to get them in, either Wednesday or Thursday, because it sounds like you're in for a full hour on Friday.
Yes.
All right. So, all right. With that done, our next point of business is the wind down. So we've got one more week in this month. So we want to start promoting the Eventbrite. And we still need to focus on getting sponsors. So we want to make this a free event. All right, so that way we don't have to do the $20 at the door.
Mm-hmm. And where are we going this time? Back to
we're at the Southwest Florida Business Enterprise Center, or
okay.
Enterprise Center.
Okay.
Now, something else with that is their gate got hit, so they don't have the ability to leave the gate open. So we have to have a gatekeeper with a, basically it's a garage door opener that opens the gate for people coming in.
Okay.
So we'll have to have somebody that's posted up front. So we'll need a volunteer for that. You know, I don't know if they necessarily need to be there all night, but they're going to be there a good chunk of the night, particularly in the beginning.
Okay.
And they're just letting people in, so that way we can make sure we have a crowd there. All right, and outside of that, I have the paperwork to fill out. I need to fill out that paperwork and send that over to them. So let me go ahead and do that for them tonight, or today, and that way that'll get completed. So prefer to do paperwork. All right. Complete paperwork. The sooner is better than later. All right. So any other questions on the wind down or anything to add? All right. The key focus of this is our real estate. So we want to also make the announcement for the land bank at this meeting. So that'll be our big coming out for that. So we need to get everything ready for that.
I think the spot, but prior to the wind down, we should really build up the wind down so that that audience knows about the wind down, and that we've got some great community news coming, kind of build up the introduction or for the land bank. That's my thought.
Right. So we can post it as like big announcement at this meeting.
Right.
All right.
And you know, something where the community knows it's a community announcement. It's going to affect everyone in the community. Good information.
All right. All right. So we won't promote that we're announcing the land bank. We're just promoting that we have a big secret that we're going to be announcing to everybody at all the attendees.
Yeah. Be the first to know.
Because remember, Rashad said it has to be bigger than yourself, secret, and special.
Yeah.
All right. So bigger than self, because this is for the Dunbar community.
Yeah.
Secret, so we're not saying what it is. And special, for attendees.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So that brings us to our next topic, being the land bank. We have a meeting coming up Thursday evening at 6 or 6:30. 6 to 7:30. Thursday evening. So 6 to 7:30. And it's going to be by Zoom. Now, the big thing about that is we've got to get the bylaws done and the activity of the governing board. And that way we can go ahead and hand it to the attorney and get our 501c3 application in process.
Yeah.
All right. And that, from what I understand, isn't something that takes like a couple days. It could be a couple weeks for that to be approved.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So need bylaws and now there is the Google Sheet that we're writing in all of our thoughts on. So the more that we do ahead of time, the faster the meeting's going to go and the more we can get accomplished. All right. So does everybody should have the link. I sent it out to the Google Sheet. On the second tab, you'll see there's a link of the bylaws where it says what requests we have or what rules should be in there. And then the section it goes in. It's something for the investor, something for the governing board, something for the members, whatever. So that way we can keep everything grouped together. And that way we can make it into the nice bulleted complete bylaws once everything's ready. So please, please, please input into the Google Sheet.
Yeah.
Your bylaw and governing info. And put anything that you have in mind, because that meeting is when we can go through and say, you know what, that doesn't make sense, or I like that idea, but it should be said this way, or we can go ahead and tweak it from there. But this will save us the time of having to think up other stuff for that. And we don't have to worry about length. It could be 20 pages if need be. All right. But we need to get our input on that. I know in particular, we need to go over the election process. I know the founders handle the election of the governing board. We do not have that process established. So how's it going to be? My thought, just as an example, was 3 months before the term finishes. So that way somebody doesn't just drop everything they're doing and say, oh, I'm out, and they have to leave. You have a little bit of time to transition to the next person. And then we also talked about an exit strategy. If we feel that somebody isn't governing properly, what we do to remove them, or what that process is, what their recourse is, how we go through arbitration or whatever. So those are the key things that we've got to go over during that meeting. All right. And then send it to attorney for.
That's for the land bank, Cliff. My bad. I had lost
for the land bank. Yes.
Okay.
Now, once we do send it to the attorney, that's when the next round of funds are going to be required. She said it's going to be about $3,000 retainer. It probably won't take $3,000, but we've got to put up $3,000 to move it forward. And then she'll give us whatever change back or keep it as a credit to us for any other legal activity that we have for it. But for the most part, I don't know what else we'll need from the attorney, because we'll be good. We'll be off and running once we have the 501c3.
Yeah.
So that was putting in a $3,000 retainer. Oops. And it comes to
are they
like
gonna file the
350 a
501c, or
person.
are we gonna file it independently?
From what her note says, we file it independently, and then she, or if I read her notes correctly, we're supposed to be following that.
Okay, that's what I was.
We're gonna send to her. She
thinking.
looks it over or whatever.
Yeah, when I was thinking about it and read it again, I thought she was saying that they were doing it, but if we were doing it, that's what I initially got. But when I went through it again, it sounds as if they were going to do it.
On the third tab, I outlined each thing that she wrote into that. So if you look at that, if you're reading it different, we can touch base with her.
Yeah.
Once we have it ready, because we are sending her the bylaws and everything, make sure they're all legal, and we're not going to get into any trouble for being exclusive to Dunbar, or if we're too restrictive or something or other.
Right.
When the bylaws are complete.
Got it.
All right. So then, yeah, she'll let us know on that. But then once that's ready, then we start taking investors, and we got to get the website, we got to get our database, we got to really pick up from there.
Yeah.
All right. And then we also have to get our bank accounts and where we're going to hold funds and how we're going to do all that.
Yeah.
But that stuff's easy, relatively speaking. And we can do that on our own. We don't necessarily need the attorney for that.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, it's open discussion. So what other topics do we have in mind?
I want to touch on something Miss Alicia said last week. I definitely will do my part in starting like, because when she said it, I was already kind of like thinking, because when she had like you had mentioned something about like getting out there, brushing shoulders with like the lead pits and all that, and like it's a lot of like when you said it, it was a guy that just left out of the shop that does all his sound and stuff. So I'm gonna start playing on that to start, getting us more recognition for the group, and getting it more seen. I think that would be a good look for us to get
we
out
need
there.
to make more friends and connections.
Yes, that part.
All right. So, so talk to, who else do we be reaching out to?
I could say that we could actually do some foot traffic, get in with Southern Bistro, these places that are hosting our demographic, so that they know,
Right.
because that person then gives us the nod that, hey, this is a good group to be with. But building those relationships so that people will come in and want to see more about what we're doing. So then a spinoff
maybe an
from
event
Lee
there,
Pitts.
just like a dinner there or something.
Yes, she does because I don't know if the guy owns it or whoever. They have specialty hours where they're a group of people that kind of hang out. They're professionals. They are in the group, and it all spun off of them meeting up at Lee Pitts Live. The Lee Pitts Live did thing, then Tisha and Toya spit off from that. And now they're doing brunch with Tisha and Toya. So there are people that are going to those events that are looking for things that are like what we're doing. And they're mostly small business owners. So just kind of, I said I was going to do their next event just to be a presence. So, and also not only just talk about what I do personally, but also talk more or speak more about DC networking and how it's changing the landscape of African Americans doing networking, because many of them are already in a BNI or Master Network or CIA or whatever the other one is. So we need to get them to come over and see what we're doing.
Right. What were you gonna say, Joe?
I was asking Miss Alicia, so are you saying like we need to reach out to the establishment, or are you saying like the other groups that are attending?
Both.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
because I know when I talked to Tisha and Toya, how they got in with Southern Bistro is they would just start hanging out there and, talking their business. And then when they start putting on their brunches, they started collaborating. So people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So they were regular
customers to the spot.
Customers, I couldn't think of the word. I'm so regular customers, and they knew Lee Pitts, and Lee Pitts knew da. And so it's an association. Oh, okay, so you do that with that person. Okay, so hey, what do you do? Now you're leaning in, you're more interested. So we can walk into a place as DC Network, unless someone has actually come into our space and see what we're about, they haven't leaned in yet. So we got to get people to lean in more to what we're doing, so that they can be a voice about what we're doing. So I don't know how Lee does his sponsorships for his event that he does, or how Tisha and Toya does their sponsors, but we may have to be a sponsor to get in and to be seen by those individuals.
So that's why I brought up the guy that does the sound, because I know he's gotten a few guys. Like recently, if you go on Lee Pitts, he just posted a guy that sings R&B. Like I've done a lot of work with that guy, and I know that this Sean, which is the sound man, I think Sean kind of plugged that up. So like I'm gonna hit Sean up and see like what if he can help us out any kind of way. If not, then we'll just sponsor it, like you said.
Yeah. Okay, we'll make friends. That's the key thing, making friends.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And we also talked about the parade committee, the Easter parade committee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the next year.
Anything other than the parade, Joe? Or their biggest thing is the parade, and they have
that's the biggest thing in Fort Myers. That's that one time. That's the Super Bowl of Fort Myers.
Okay.
So so that's definitely for next year. But like I said, I never really mentioned it prior because the last several years it has been trash. Like it's been like literally like 10 minutes long. Like if you got there late, you missed it. But this year it was like I could tell that it was going to be big because of how business was for me. I was locked in this shop like all of Easter weekend, and it was mainly in part because everybody needed back, and everybody was saying the same thing. Oh, I'm going to be in the parade, so I'm like, whoa, this parade going to be big, and it ended up being over 3 hours. So
well, that's actually something that's critical is planning for that.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that we can plan better for events coming up. So, like for example, what events are coming up this quarter? I know we had the Black Thought Leaders that was talked about, but I reached out to that gentleman and I haven't heard anything from him.
I can't think of nothing off the top of my head, like what's really like this next quarter. Because like you finna get ready to go into the summer. So, you know, a lot of people.
Well, we have Mother's Day. You have, isn't there isn't there a breakfast for mothers and stuff?
There is a Mom and Me breakfast that I'm a part of. I'm a sponsor, one of the table sponsors. It's going to be May 20th. I'll get more information about that, but there's something else. I know that Tisha and Toya have their sneaker brunch coming up. I don't know when Lee's next event is.
So what is the sneaker brunch? What is you just wear sneakers?
The sneaker brunch. So you guys, you've done Muhammad's place. So Muhammad used to have a chef there named Chef Michelle. So Chef Michelle has her own restaurant now. And so to bring attention to her restaurant, they had their first Tisha and Toya brunch. I don't know why I'm not speaking. So the next, it was such a hit that they planned another brunch. And their next brunch is called the Sneaker Brunch, because there were some gentlemen there who, you know, most people think women are the brunch queens. And there were some men in attendance along with, you know, Tisha's husband. And I think the guy that does the DJing for Lee Pitts was there. And so they wanted something that was inclusive of men and women and not to be so dolled up type of brunch, you know, but laid back, kind of where the guys could come and not feel as if they were out of place. So what they've entitled it was the Sneaker Brunch. And I have lost track of, they were announcing where it was going to be held, but it was at Michelle's restaurant. So it brought in traffic to her restaurant. And I know when she left the Quality Life Center, where she is not a place that you would think a restaurant would be.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
She's an amazing chef. Go ahead, Joe.
She's in the warehouses off of Work Drive.
Yes.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she is. Like
we're coming up on 9:30.
Yeah. So I'll get more information on that.
Nonetheless, get more information. We can put it into the Black Business Support letter that we send out each week. and we can get that set. And then we also need to look at Quality Life Center events or what they have for their calendar.
Okay.
All right. So we'll go from there. All right. So we're at 9:30 all. Appreciate your time. So let's go ahead and make sure we get our tasks together.
Not that I need to be seen, but I'm just realizing that I'm not on camera. Have a great day.
It's okay. Guys. Everybody can just focus on me. I don't mind being the center of attention. It's no issue. If you got to look at something nice, look at Clifford, Mr. Sunshine.
No. I don't know. But anyway, I'll be prepared. I'm not a Zoom person. But anyway.
What was that, guys?
Nothing. I love it.
Okay. Something smart.
Yes.
All right. Have a
blessed day, guys.
Have a good one. Bye.